this conference is very much about starting a movement to consider some of these complex matters around ethics and technical rigor. One of the challenges is to bring together academia, industry and government in collaboration to effectively formulate projects to work together on, which can address some of those concerns that the general public may have around these AI systems.
The Validate AI conference is really interesting because they've brought together a group of speakers who are really heavy hitters in the world of AI research. So you've got professors as well as private sector company founders and practitioners and critics who are all coming together to share their most cutting edge thinking in the Royal Society and then to share it with the public.
The particular merit of this conference is that we've brought together people from a diversity of areas, a diversity of application areas, from government through sort of manufacturing industry, through service industry and so on, but also a diversity of technical areas. I'm a statistician, Marta's a computer scientist, other people have different areas of technical expertise, but they all feed into AI, the AI revolution.
We need to organize a conference and to bring academic and industry together to discuss these cultural issues. But also not just academic industry, because it's really to do with the law enforcement, to do with the social science, to do with government.
It's absolutely fundamental that we learn from all of the organisations that are really working in this space. So bringing people together, like today, is really critical. The community and the learning and the discussions are how we move forward as a piece.
So for me, this event is what are all the issues around that, taking these incredibly exciting, genuinely exciting achievements in AI and transitioning them safely and responsibly into actual applications.
We're keen to be involved in the Validate AI conference because we're working right at the forefront of some of these challenges in building self-driving technology, which is possibly the first major area where we'll see AI applied in everyday life. And it's a safety critical application. So really understanding some of the latest thinking about how we can verify and validate these solutions is absolutely essential for us.
I went to Aldo Freishal's talk on medicine and about diagnostic kind of learning, which I thought was fascinating, and about trusting the algorithms, and so building up that trust with clinicians. That sort of element of it I thought was particularly fascinating.
The first thing I'd like delegates, if they're involved in developing these systems, I'd like them to think more clearly about what validation they need to do. So, this sort of the basics of validation you have from machine learning is not sufficient. So people at the conference have talked about stress testing and testing for changes in population behaviour. All these things have to be done, and people have to think about them when they're building their models. So that's the first thing. But the second thing that's very important is that people start talking to each other and interacting and comparing methods and swapping methods. And so maybe we can build some set of techniques that people can share and use to solve this problem.
So some of the takeaway messages are going to be that these problems are being looked at across a really wide range of areas, which is fantastic because, if you're focused too narrowly, then you don't see all of the possible solutions. So looking at how other people are tackling the problems is really useful.
I wanted to be here today because I think technologists, engineers, scientists, they're not always exposed to or have the time to think about ethical issues, and they're not always able to interact with people who think more about policy and law, and that's where the Ada Lovelace Institute comes in. We're specifically designed to make sure that the social sciences are talking to the data scientists.
In order to develop strong AI solutions that could actually be used for our benefit, we all have to work together and learn from each other.
I'm really pleased with how things have turned out. From the general conversations around the audience, it's been really positive about the different sectoral approaches. The particular subject matter around AI validation seems to be really poignant for some of those developers and policymakers. Hopefully this will be the start of more to come.